Good morning, John Paul Hendrickson here. Just giving my tips for how we can move forward in this corona crisis. Around the world, there's been obviously a great effect on our normal life, and as a lot of you are athletes, that is also sport is also your normal life. So, what should we be doing to adjust to restrictions or races being cancelled? Um, Basically, my idea is that we firstly don't worry. We can't change a lot of things, and what we always try to do in races is worry about what we can control, or also in training. We can't control restrictions, we can't control how this virus spreads, apart from making sure, of course, we're keeping our distance and washing our hands, but we can still be active. Some of you are in home lockdown, which makes it a lot harder, and you're obviously not going to get out for your run or your ride, and there are alternatives to the people that have trainers or rollers or um, access to a treadmill. And then you can still keep doing your aerobic sport. What I've been doing is making sure I get in hopefully 4 to 5 strength workouts every morning or every second morning. I love to get out for my morning run, but I can't always do that because of life or the kids. Um, but if I can get up, do my 10 to 20 minutes of strength workout, and I just feel better for the day. And I just try to switch it up every day. I'm not doing the same exercises, not even every second day. I'm just trying to basically work on one area and then switch up next time, or work how I'm training it. So it might be a lot of exercises where I'm doing holds, or the next time they might be a lot more dynamic. But the key is just to keep moving. We can actually use this time to build strength, to work on weaknesses, where normally we don't find that time when we're trying to build up for a marathon or an Ironman or a long distance triathlon. So it makes it a lot easier to just get a bit of balance. There's enough videos out there on YouTube or anywhere else floating around where you can basically do someone else's workout. If you check out my page or channel, I've also been putting some stuff up, and I just, like I said, just chop and change it. It doesn't have to be a set routine, doesn't have to always be the same one. Concentrate on technique, do things slow and controlled. You can even, if you want, build stuff in with the kids. They often like jumping and doing crazy things, so you can have a little bit of fun with it as well. Once we've started being more active, the other thing that I find is important is routine in the day, but also you don't want to just go crazy and say, oh, I've got so much time on my hands, I'm just going to train for the whole day, or I'm going to run 4 times as long as I've ever run. You're probably going to be able to do it. You're probably not going to feel that good afterwards, and we are trying to restrict the stress on the health system. So just try to keep things sensible. I've basically cut down my mileage in half, or maybe even 2/3, because at the moment it's not important. I want to feel good. I want to feel like I'm moving, but I don't need to do long intervals. I don't need to do extremely long runs, but I just want to maintain my fitness level, and you can actually do that on a lot less. What a lot of runners will probably find is just in this reduction in mileage, they'll actually start to feel like they're running better instead of always being permanently fatigued and heavy. One thing that we shouldn't forget though is we don't want to get stuck in one gear or one stride. So change it up a little bit. If you are lucky like me and you can have access to varied terrain without going far, in fact I just run, then it makes things easier for yourself. So as you can see, it's not a bad spot to go running. Lots of ups and downs everywhere. You can hear nature, but a lot of you are city bound. Just run a different route. Look at the map, look on Strava, look where people run. Don't pick your same route, because that's often going to be where a lot of people are. We still need to be doing social distancing. Just because countries are starting to loosen things up, it doesn't mean that we should all be really close again and basically kicking the infection rate back up. And the other thing with variation you should be looking at is just throwing in some stride outs, or maybe some 30-second, 60-second bursts, whether it's running or riding, or even in your strength workout, just so your body's adapting a little bit. Our body needs to maintain this fight or flight defense that we have. So we need a little bit of adrenaline. We'll just go stale if we just plod along. And the other thing, or the last point that we're always thinking about is races or events. You've probably got a lot planned or had a lot planned. A lot of them have fallen through, and a lot are still hanging in the air, what's going to happen. Again, we can't control it. Try not to worry about it too much. Even if you are continuing to train for events, don't put too much stress on them. We don't need any additional stress at these crazy times. So just actually enjoy going out training and having something to work towards. Could be that the event's going to not happen, and then obviously there's going to be disappointment. And the less stress we put on this goal, then the less disappointment or negativity we're going to have. So just kind of take it as it is, but do use the goal as something to keep you going. Those without events should still set a goal, whether it's, like I said, the 3 to 5 times strength workouts, a couple of runs in the week. It's just going to help you feel better. It's going to help you maintain, and it's going to stop you having any spikes or sort of a roller coaster when you look at your training. You're going high volume, really low volume, high volume, really low volume. And if just keeping even or maintained isn't going to motivate you enough, just pick out something simple, like you run your house route in a certain time, or maybe a little adventure run where you want to run from point A to point B, if that's possible. If you're stuck at home again, sorry, there's not that much you could do, but just keep active. It's going to help you feel better, it's going to help you be healthier, but just don't go overboard, because that's not going to help anyone. There'll be hopefully more tips in the next few days, but just keep healthy, wash your hands, and smile.